set the dial indicator up and check this side this time. There's no reason to. I mean, it's plenty flat enough for what we're going to do with it. There. Okay, that's better. We'll straighten this out just a little bit. Yeah, we'll go around one more time. What the heck? One thousandths. Homemade cutter, 1954 machine. Okay, what we did so far here is we surfaced this side and then we milled this side today. I didn't want to put you through the whole thing again. It was the instant replay of what you saw Friday. But the idea is now is we slid our vise down the deck out of the way. You can, you know, if you got a big enough milling machine, this is a 42, a 10 by 42, all right? So it's big enough to have two workstations on it. And you kind of want to, you know, this is a pretty heavy one, so I try to keep it over the trunnion down here so it's supported. You know, I try not to stick it clear out there on the end. The next fixture is going to be light. So, lighter anyway, and so it, I'll put it down on that end. That's how we ended up on the cutter. We had to steepen the rake on it a little bit, because as you were going, let's put it this way so you can, yeah. Anyway, as you were pushing down into the material, because we had such a steep angle, the other side worked out perfect for some reason, but when we got to this side, we had to steepen up our angle like this because it was wanting to push the tips of the cutters up. This was about the quickest, simplest way that I could see to build this fixture. I hope it all fits. This is way overkill for what we're going to do with it, but there, now we've got something that we can bolt down easily to the deck with just regular milling clamp, cut down our other bending die over there because it was just way too big. You had to have a cherry picker just to put it in the machine. And I'm just not doing anything that big anymore. So we're going to use pieces and parts everywhere that we can. You know, we just don't toss good iron like that away. So then what we do to get our 45 for our die is set this in here. I've got it just a little bit dark in here on purpose. We're going to shoot a laser, and I don't have a real fancy one. It's just one of these. You know, you can buy them for about $100, you know, refurbished, they call it. It's a Bosch, one of them laser leveling deals for doing like cabinetry work and stuff like that. It's kind of a step up above one of those laser level things that you buy, you know, from Kmart or something like that. It's a little bit better than that. GLL2-10 Bosch. We're going to shoot it across the top of these rails because I don't really feel like digging out all my cover-up tarps for the mill over there. At any rate, we're going to shoot a laser over the top of these rails right here. I've got them measured out. Our fixture for our mill over there is about 15 inches. So I got this set at about 16 width-wise. These are portable. I'll show you. This is something that I built, man, years and years ago when I wanted to, when I realized that my floor is so screwed up that there's no way you can lay something on the floor and weld it together because it just ain't going to be straight. And so I've got a set of 4-foot rails and a set of 10-foot rails for these jack stands, and they're all adjustable. Let me show you. This is what I was talking about. This same thing that's going on down there, we do up here. It's the same exact thing. I think they're all 1/2-inch bolts. 1/2-inch bolts seem to work really good for this kind of stuff. 3/4 nut, welded, spot welded in a couple spots here so it stays on, doesn't ever break off. This U-shaped piece right here is just a piece of the box tubing that was big enough to receive this with the side cut out of it, right? Then you do the same thing, you make yourself a handle over here, put a washer on it, 1/2-inch bolt through here. So this is 3-inch tubing, so it's probably 4 inches long or something of that nature. And this is just some cold rolled rod. Make yourself a set of handles. To do this project, it'd be 4 on top and 8 on bottom. So a total of 12 handles, 4 brake drums. Those are just truck brake drums. Some plate. You know, I trimmed mine up real nice with the torch. Remember, I didn't have a plasma in those days, so all this was done with just a acetylene oxygen torch free-handed in. You know, I might have had some kind of pattern or something, it looks like, because they're all really nice as far as staying round and everything, so I must have had some sort of pattern, I don't remember, and then just bolt them on. Well, the camera always shuts off at the most inopportune time. You can see on the door over there, that's the line. We're trying to split it. We got it on the tube over here. We're light over here, so we're going to bring this end up because otherwise the tube's going to bottom out on the floor. There, it's kind of faint on that side. Let's look at the other one. Are we getting anything on the door? Because then that'll tell me that I can hit the laser on this other beam. That's what we're up to. Too far. Okay, we still got some on the door. Just a faint line on the door and a faint line on the rail, except for this side. This side here is a little too much. That's pretty good right there. Let's snug up our handles both sides. I'll realign the camera and then we'll start on the other rail over there, bringing it down, bringing it up to the laser line. See how that laser is starting to spread out over the rail, kind of lightly. That's what you want, because that means the light's spilling out over the top of this. These rails might not be perfectly this way, but you're going to have two parallel, and long as you know which sides of it's parallel to each other, you can work off of that and create some pretty nice stuff. I hope you caught that. Laser's just starting to hit the top of that rail, and it's just starting to barely hit the top of this rail right there. Look. I think that's something we're going to be able to work with. See that? When I slid that over the top, I was looking down on it, and this piece never even moved up or down. Now comes the skill of being able to weld it properly and clamp it properly as you go, as you weld, so you don't disturb any of the main surface down here, and then these two surfaces got to stay parallel this way. Sometimes I'll compare some tools or something like that I'm going to use, like I'm going to do today. Pretty decent China-made stuff right here. I've been using that for 7-8 years. And then there's some good old American stuff over there that came from the other shop, and I've been using those, and they were used by my old man, you know, 50, 60 years ago. So we'll pit the Chinese ones against the American, you know, poor Chinese guys. They just get their ass kicked all the time. You know, I can get it working again, but it's rough, you know. It's making me work for it pretty hard, so I don't know. See, it's a ways out yet, so the Chinese guy here, he's kind of sucking the hind one. Now see, the threads are bigger on this one. That's your USA made, right? You know, I know we got to get to this milling job over here, but you know, a guy's got to compare clamps once in a while. That one there is, you know, not very old. It hasn't been used very much, and it's already wiped out. You know, I mean, I can get it going again, but this one here, haven't had to touch it. You know, just pick it up, go use it. So there is one right beside it. The Chinese guys. And he's surrounded by some pretty good tools. He's down for the count. We'll get him, you know, sometime we'll get him livened back up again. So we're 1 for 1, 2 of these against the American made one, and see how we end up. Okay, one's hung. Oh, that feels pretty good. That one still turns, you know, pretty good. Okay. Cincinnati Tool Company. Boy, I haven't looked them up yet. Standard clamp number 540. That's a keepsake there where you know. We'll put him to work though. They ain't for hanging on the wall and looking pretty. You know, if it's going to be a tool around here, or a fixture, or a machine, everything's got to pull its weight, and that's all there is to it. You know, you can't have stuff laying around very long that doesn't do anything. You got to start parting it out, selling the pieces, utilizing the pieces, or send it down the road. I mean, I wish I had 20 acres and you know, a guy can just line it up out there and keep on going, but when you start getting limited of your property, you have to limit stock on hand. That's terrible. Oh no, we don't want to limit stock on hand. Some people call it junk. Well, I call it stock. You know, I'm an artiste, right? I don't know if anybody's going to agree with me on that one. Where are we at on our fixture here? Is it cooling off? Can I use it pretty quick? I want to use it. I got other stuff going on, right? Couple of zips, which are pretty nice T-blocks. I really like these. They're a little bigger, a little longer, you know, just a little beefier for these bigger mills. I'll use the other ones, but you were taught from a child to use a file. Tell you the truth, I really like the looks of it a lot better than I do a grinder run across there. You want to bring this down real evenly. You don't want to over torque it on any one corner. It's not going to take much to hold this on there. We'll have to tap our fixture around a little bit. It's pretty darn close just for setting it up there. Well, you know that's close enough. Okay, we're all set. Our stops are set up. Okay, what do you think? Let's get serious. That's only 2 flutes. I wish it was at least 3. Well, tomorrow we will get the screws loose on our carbide and flip them once and make a pass or two across here to clean it up. Do a little file work. Again, that's going to be a nice die. The top punch, we can whip that out in no time. Those are easy. This one's already over half built, so okay, I am done for the night. See ya tomorrow.